everybody, welcome back. Hope you are well. So, what are we doing today? I'm doing a rather controversial, but I wanted to do it, haul from one of those real fast fashion shitty shops that we all know about. What are you doing? Sorry, the cat has invaded the picture again. What are you doing? Come here. Come over here. I don't know what she's doing. One of those really cheap shit shops that everyone's like, oh, you can get it here cheaper, you can get it here cheaper. And kind of my first impressions. So I got this all, I have opened the items so as I could label the bags, kind of where my thoughts are with everything. Now, I have bought twice from this shop already before I knew anything. Now, I'm not a YouTube, if you've seen my Why Have I Joined YouTube video, I have already stated I know nothing about links, descriptions, algorithms, hashtags, how to get on anything. But you guys who follow me or watch me or subscribe to me pretty much all know how to find Emily Boo. Go and find Emily Boo. She did an amazing video, literally posted it the day after this arrived, so I'm really glad we've kind of tied in on this brand and their ethics. Now, I'm never shopping with them again, hands down. That's it, I'm done. I have bought 3 times. Once was because I needed something cheap for a photo shoot, because the idea I had, I couldn't get what I wanted, and I had a look and they had it. The second time I bought, again, it was because I was looking for something specific. I had been to several other places, and I will tell you all about it. I'd been to several other places and couldn't find what I wanted. And the third time was this specific shop. Now, the first time I bought from this company, so it's SHEIN. Basically, this is the company. And here you go, bags, SHEIN bags. I'm not even sure what SHEIN stands for. I believe it stands for She's Inspired. And over the time, it's been shortened to SHEIN. But I know that SHEIN is not the full name of the company. Now, I don't know much about them. I know they're one of these kind of cheap Asian-based fast brands, but I wasn't fully aware of everything until I saw Emily's video. Now I'm aware, forget it. One thing I will say as a warning, if you do watch the Emily video, there are certain things that she will warn you about in the video. If you don't want to watch, look away. Don't watch through the silent parts. That's all I'll tell you, because there's some bits you really don't want to see. But as you all know, Emily's very, very truthful and she does her research, and I'm really glad that she did. However, I just wanted to give my kind of first impressions. Now, 2 of the items I want to show you, I don't have on me, I can't find them. The first item I bought, if you have seen my Instagram, you'll have seen it. It was the high neck mesh blouse with the mesh sleeves and the black bodice that I used in my graveyard shoot back in August. And I had, when the photos went up, a lot of the photo comments I had was, oh my God, where did you get that top? It was from SHEIN. Let me tell you about my experience of that top. So I bought it in the largest size they had. Now, they do a plus size range, which confuses me a little, because their plus size range goes from medium in some items up to 2XL, and in other items goes from a small to 5XL, which I think is their biggest. But their measurements on each item are different, so there's no standardization on anything, which instantly triggers that they're not making these items in a professional, quality controlled way, that they are buying from various different cheap ass manufacturers around the world, and that they don't have any specific standards. If you can't keep clothes the same size, then there's generally some big hints there not to bother. So I bought this blouse, it was great, but the fabric was cheap. When I mean cheap, I mean hard, cheap organza taffeta on the arms. Now, like I said, I needed something light, quick, and the style that I was looking for, I can hand on heart say I have tried everywhere and I can't find anything that fits. Being plus size, having large arms, it is really hard to find something and go, oh, I'll just pop in Primark and get that. Oh, I'll just pop in New Look or H&M, or I'll pop in, you know, this local brand that does it. It's really hard unless you get something custom made. Now, because of the timescales I was working on, the custom made wasn't going to happen. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a look. Now, I have bought off, now you know I buy Yours Clothing, Boohoo, ASOS. Not massively. I do buy off Killstart, but none of them had what I was looking for. I also shop at places like the cattle places like Simply Be. Again, they didn't have what I was looking for. And it's the type of blouse I've been looking for a long time. So it's got a high ruffle neck. It's got a mesh piece here. It's got mesh sleeves, quite big baggy mesh sleeves. And it's got a fitted bodice. The sleeve material, by the time I was done with the shoot, and I don't think I was wearing it that long, was making me itch. So it's not something I can wear for a long time. It was very itchy. The seams weren't great. The fit wasn't great. The bodice material was that shiny material that you put it on and everything just rides up over it. So if you've got any fat on you whatsoever, it's not going to stay down. But for the purpose of what I wanted, it was okay. I haven't worn it since. It's somewhere. I can't remember if it's still in my suitcase or I've put it in the wash and I put it away somewhere that I wouldn't normally put it. But I haven't worn it since. It was something I was thinking maybe I could wear for work a few times to at least get my money's worth out of it. It wasn't very expensive. I think it cost me about £12. But again, the reason behind the purchase was I couldn't find it anywhere else. My second purchase involved some crop tops that I have alluded to in some of my Facebook videos, where I can or could not find a crop top that would work under a low-cut dress that was either the right size or the right fabric, or didn't have some sort of stupid design on it that I wasn't interested in. And yes, there are plenty of shops that make plain black crop tops, but not any that fit when you're big-chested, big-armed, and just looking for something cheap and cheerful that you don't mind getting hot and sweaty in under a dress just because the front of it gapes open. SHEIN did. And I have looked. It's an item of clothing that I look for an awful lot, especially in the summer, through multiple brands, and nobody had what I wanted. So again, I bought a couple of cheap crop tops. I have worn the really cheap kind of couple of quid ones a few times. They seem to wash well. They haven't particularly kept their shape, but the fabric washes up okay. The velvet one, I have to say I have more faith in. It's a nice feel to the fabric. The seams are okay. It's washed a few times. It's fine. The only thing about it is that it's that kind of cheap velvet that is gradually just going to go bald. So I could probably get about a year's wear out of it, as long as the seams don't rip, which I've heard is one of their major faults. I could probably get a year out of it before it goes in the bin, or gets used to clean the car, or ends up as a cat toy, because you never know. However, this haul I did because I wanted to look at items that I know have been purchased elsewhere by the people that I know. One of them has actually been purchased as a top. I know the shop, or I believe I know the shop, by my best friend. And when I showed her the item, she went, I've got that top. So I instantly know it was a copy, and that's why I bought it, because I knew it's a copy top. And I wanted to see what it was like compared to the one that I saw her buy when I was with her. So I'm not supporting a brand that I know has shit ethics. These items are going back. No two ways about it. But I have marked each of the items, and I'm going to start with the fairly good stuff. I'm going to start with the good stuff. So I've just got to sort it out because let's start with the packaging. So the packaging is your standard cheap shit bag. It's a Royal Mail one, so it's come from the UK, and it's based in Warsaw. Can't even read that, the print is so bad. Trying to read where it's from. It's got a UK postcode. I think. I want to say that it says Walsall on it, so the Midlands. But that doesn't look like a Birmingham postcode. So it's just your normal standard bag. Nothing fancy. What do you get in your bag? You get 2 shitty bits of paper. That's what you get. So you get a piece of paper with the order number on and the date that you purchased it, when you purchased it. Please send, this is called the commodity details. Commodity. Please send this back with your returned items. Anything marked with a battery symbol are not eligible for return. So it's another brand that sells all sorts of crap and not just clothing. So I bought 6 items, 2 different sizes in some of the items, not the same item obviously, but I bought 2 different size items to compare. I have tried them all on. I know how they look. I'm not going to do it on camera because I can't be bothered. And they give you a returns process, so you can return. Now, some of these stores, Dress Lily, I believe, I've never shopped with them, but I believe, Rosegal have all stopped doing refunds. They will only give you credit in the form of points to be deducted off your next order. So if you spend 50 quid with Rosegal and you want to send back 45 quid's worth of stuff, what they'll do is they'll allocate you the points that they think that 45 quid is worth, and it might only be 200 points, back onto your credit account as a credit, and then you get those points taken off. But when you get the points taken off, that 200 points is only 2 quid. So your £45 spend has turned into a £2 discount. Yeah, that's a good one. However, SHEIN do say that they do returns and they do refund. We shall see. We shall see. It also says, please do not send your return to the address on your package. That is not our return address and will affect the processing of your return. Already, it's fairly dodgy. There are some companies that do that. But most legit companies do have a singular manufacturing warehouse and then distribution. This one, I couldn't tell you. It sounds, I don't know, because from what I know about them, it's probably dodge. You don't get your shipping fee, and if you've paid any insurance for your items, you don't get that back either. But they do. I will give you this, SHEIN. To be fair, I will give you this. They do tell you in a little flowchart exactly what to do and how to make your return. Now, I know companies that don't even send out paperwork, legitimate companies who don't send out paperwork, and it's guessing. Now, my latest ASOS orders, there's no paperwork with the order, so you can't even verify that what they put in the package is what's on your order. So you have to go into the app, check the order, check the items, and then if you want to return it, you have to do it all through the app, and they send you a QR code to print out and put on. And it feels really untrusting. You know, when you return from Killstar, you've got a little invoice thing that you can write on it and go, this has been returned, and slip it back in the parcel, and you know it's there. It's kind of very, what happens if the system doesn't work? Have I lost my money when I've sent back 300 quid's worth of items that don't fit? Because, anyway, that's an ASOS thing. But I will give SHEIN 1 credit for at least bothering to put in how their return items work. They'll get that. However, this was also in my package. This is literally how it came. And on the back, it says SHEIN categories. 1 to 8 of the different categories of crap that they sell. They even have the cheek to have a SHEIN Cares hashtag. And saying that if you're not fully committed, they're fully committed to standing with you and have taken considerable steps to ensure customers' health and safety by implementing cleaning rules. If you'd like to see how, go and check our online store, and they give you a little QR code to go and check the store, which is kind of pointless because you kind of have to be in the app anyway to order from them, so you've already got access to it. But then we get to the worst bit. So we have the styles, the SHEIN styles. So they do classic bohemian, modern city, renaissance, varsity chic, retro vogue, and SHEIN premium. They can give you 15% off your next order. You get a code every time you get. There's loads of vouchers things, and you just get money off every time you purchase. But then they do this. I'm hoping you can read that. You probably can't. Probably can't read it. It says, oh, my lights have gone funny. Hang on. There we go. Magic. 3,000 plus daily drops. 3,000 plus daily drops. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's 15,000 or more additional items in their catalogue. How is that even possible? I'll tell you how. Stealing designs, unethical practices, generally being advertising crap they don't own, they have no rights to whatsoever, reproducing other people's ideas, and having a multitude of IT people and kids being paid bugger all to sit there and go, that's cute, click, 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 click. Oh, we'll do that. Oh, we'll just put that and we'll turn it, make it in white. There you go. There's the next design. That's how they do it. They have no original thoughts of their own. If you go into the app, they now say that they're working with that. What's her name? Stupid Cow's got a silly name on Chelsea. Toff, is it? Toffolo, something like that. Her. Apparently she's got a Supreme collection on there. I wonder if she actually does. I wonder if she even knows. I wonder if she even cares. But there are some horrendous stories. And, you know, I wanted to kind of do this just to prove that, yes, okay, they do some plus size stuff. But, yeah. Anyway, let's start with the two fairly good items. I say fairly because, you know, which are these two? So one is a top and one is a dress. I'm going to start with the dress. And this is a velvet dress with mesh sleeves. High neck, very much my aesthetic. High neck, mesh sleeved, skater dress style thing. The instant, I don't know if you can tell, but the fabric is static, which automatically tells me that it's cheap. The only other fabric that gets static like this is cheap satin. So yeah, this has got some form of cheap, I don't know what. It doesn't feel overly cheap. It doesn't feel plasticky, but it doesn't feel the best quality. It's kind of Halloween costume material. The velvet, it's okay. It's soft. It's very short fibre. It's not like the crop top that I said it was. You could feel the fibres were going to come out of it. It's velvet. It's not lined. The seams seem okay. It's got another one of these cheap kind of pulley button things on. I will say this item, at least they've bothered to sew the button on properly, and it's not wrapped around at the bottom. So I will give them that. They have actually sewn the button on properly, and they've knotted the yarn off. They haven't just left it to be wrapped around the button as a loose thread, which I have found on Killstar. This is a 4XL. It's pretty stretchy. They have no qualms in telling you it's made in China. It is a pretty nice for SHEIN dress. I haven't worn it yet. I haven't found any dodgy seams. I've not found any loose threads, which is something I always check. The seams have been finished properly. There's not really a lot you can say about it. It's a fairly easy dress to make. They have connected the sleeves nicely. There aren't any areas where they've missed any joining. And they have even bothered to put some trim around as well, so as you don't see, you know, just velvet into. So they have thought about it. What I don't know about this garment is if there is a branded version out there. I know nothing. I cannot tell you. I have tried it on and it fits. It actually looks quite nice. But this is the best of the bunch, believe me. So it is 95% polyester, so it's made of cheap plastic materials, and it's 5% spandex. It can be washed at 30. It can even be ironed. I don't believe that for a second. Machine wash, cool and gentle. You can tumble dry it, and apparently you can iron it on low. I do not know of any velvet or plastic-based polyester that irons well at all. So I would be very dubious of ironing this, especially as probably the only bit you'd want to iron is the sleeves, and they're probably the most plastic part of the dress. It's nice, it's okay. It might do a Halloween event if we ever get one. It's all right. The sleeves are wide enough for my arms. They are meant to be quite balloon sleeves on people. They fit me. It's okay. It's not the best. The button doesn't match up level on the back of the dress with the hook and eye. It's out by a good centimetre in where it should have been done across. So there's not been much care in that. In general, this is the best item of the bunch. It's okay. It's the sort of item I would expect to go to one of those kind of, you know, the shops that pop up that kind of buy excess stock or old stock from other places and then sell it off for everything's £5 or everything's a tenner. It's the sort of place I'd expect to find that. It's all right. For a plus size dress, I'm pretty sure I could find something similar somewhere else from a better brand, a more ethical brand. But again, you're looking at something that was cheap, and it has to be cheap because their pricings were cheap. I don't have the exact pricings on me, but I think everything here, I know there's 6 items and I paid less than £50 including shipping. So nothing here is what I've paid £10 for. And if you consider that, and then consider that dress, that they're making a profit on that £10, yeah. The next item is okay as well. Probably not quite as okay as the dress, but it's okay. Now this one came out of the pack smelling funny. I don't know what it smells of, but it smells musty, dirty, sweaty. literally, it's just... Now this one is the top that I purchased knowing that my best friend, Miss SHEIN, had this from, I thought it was New Look. I can't guarantee that, but I thought it was either New Look or Topshop. God, it stinks. Now it has this really nice, and I was gutted because when she bought it, I really liked it and I couldn't find one. But it has like this floral, velvety flocked print over a mesh top. And in the shop we were in, even their biggest size, there was no way it was ever going to fit me. I have looked in multiple places, and I have seen one similar from a reputable UK brand, but it was covered in glitter, and I don't do glitter in any way, shape or form. So when I saw this one, I was like, you know what, I'll give it a go and I'll compare. The mesh, I can't even explain it. It's okay in the fact that when you put it on, it looks quite nice. I'll give it that. But the velvet that they've used against the mesh, it literally feels like, if you ever dropped Coke on a pair of tights when you've been out and about, or beer or something, and then you've gone home and you've got like that, even when you've washed it and gone in the toilets and rubbed it clean, it's got like that sticky residue. That's how this fabric feels. It's like it's been dipped in something that's left a sticky residue on the fabric. Plus the smell. I mean, I've had these items in bags that have holes in them. They have air holes in them. In the bag it came in for maybe about a week. And it just stinks. The top is nice in what it is, but it's stolen from somebody else. It's got threads coming out of it. Look at it. Just can't even find the camera. Where is it? There. Threads coming out of it. The seams are not finished properly. They're overlocked, but all the seams, they're not even finished. They're not even finished as well as the velvet dress. You know, in all the shit that is in this bag, whoever made that dress, wherever you are in the world, I will give you a shout out. Your seam work is amazing. But this is just... No. It's a copied design. It's a copied fabric. It feels weird. It feels like it's got some sort of sticky residue and you've not washed it. It does come with a better label in the curve. But again, it's 95% plastic. It is polyester. Cool wash. It's got exactly the same label as the other dress. Made in China, 4XL. If I could have found it in the original shop when my best mate bought hers, I would have had it. But they didn't do my size. So I wanted to get this one just to have a look at the difference in the quality. No. The bestie's top is quite soft. She's worn it a few times and washed it, and it still feels really nice. That's even made my hands smell. That's gross. So we're now going to move on to, without taking too long about this, the maybe pile. I've got three. I've got the kind of okay, the not even sure what to make of it, and the hell no. This is the not sure what to make of it pile, and I'm not even sure what this is. I think this might be the other mesh top. Yeah, see, this one doesn't smell. So this one I wanted to compare. I buy my mesh tops from, so this kind of material top, from Simply Be. They cost me £18. I have had one of them for 4 years and it is still as good as the day I bought it. I wear it pretty much the whole summer. I wear them under jumpers in the winter and they're in great condition. This one, I thought, oh, okay, it's a short sleeve. We'll have a look. And it's just plain bulk standard mesh, not a lot to write home about. But seriously, what the hell is this? So they've done, when you look at it in the picture, it just looks like a little neck. They have done a roll neck, turtleneck mesh top. I mean, they've sewn it okay. The seams are all right. It's got 3XL on this one. It fits. I did try it on. But again, cheap ass labels, pretty much exactly the same label as the last one. And again, cheap polyester. What's the other ones that are kind of okay? What's this? What's this? Oh, these. These are hilarious. I'm actually going to put these in the nearly what the hell pile. I wanted to see, the only reason I bought these was I recently bought the 2 Killstar button through dresses, and I'm wearing them as blouses, and I didn't want to keep wearing them with leggings. Now I've got a pair of wide leg trousers that I wear for work, and I wanted to see, as I was doing this haul, to show you the kind of quality, I wanted to see what their wide leg trousers were like. So I found a really nice pair, or so I thought. On the model, they looked like a small waist, and when you put them on, they would look like a skirt. What you actually look like is Coco the Clown. I mean, they're just... What? I mean, what is this? What? Seriously? There's wide leg trousers and there's putting a family of 5 in the same clothing. Literally. That's... It's that is wider than... I mean... It's longer than my arm. If I actually hold that right in my fingertips, it comes up to my... It's longer than my... What is this? It's not hemmed properly. All they've done is overlock the edge, so it's not hemmed. So if you pulled one thread on that, you've lost the edge of your clothing. The funniest part was this item of clothing came with a drawstring. So here you have a little bit of elastic and the drawstring went right the way round, and because it's quite baggy, you can do the drawstring up. So if you've got a small waist or a big waist, this is still going to fit. However, there I was with the drawstring going, what the hell? Couldn't work it out. What they've done is the drawstring goes in the little hole here, feeds all the way round, and comes back out the little hole at the front again, and you pull it tight and you tie a knot in it and hold your trousers up. Except they've stitched all down here and you can't get the drawstring through. So there's actually a seam stopping the drawstring going right the way around the pair of trousers on the waistband. So it fed through. I thought it was me. I actually rethreaded it, and I threaded it through, and I got to here, and they have literally stitched it so you can't get it through. They've stitched right the way through. I don't even know if you can tell. There you go. So where they've, I don't even know why they've done it. They've done it to keep the waistband in place, the elastic in place, and obviously forgotten that there's a drawstring that's meant to come out here. Because what is the point of a one-sided drawstring? Bit like having a one-sided G-string. It's just not going to stay up, is it? But apart from that, they're hideous. They are genuinely hideous. So I put them on for a laugh. Now, height-wise, to get them to the right length on the floor, I literally had to pull them up right under my boobs. This is not uncommon. Long skirts, I quite often have to pull up. The long Killstar skirts with the splits up the front, I have to pull up because they're just so long. Now I'm 5'7". I have to be 9'7" to make these work. They are just awful. The fabric is cheap plastic. I bet it says 95% polyester. I bet you. Oh, 100% polyester. So the fabric's pleated. It's got stretch. I just don't even know what to say. When I put them on, I bent forward. Now, when you're going to wear wide leg trousers, you want them the nice length. You want them to flow nicely. Not necessarily into culottes, but wide leg trousers that, if you stood up, may represent a skirt. You know, that kind of thing. These were so long that if I bent forward, it was as if I was one of those kind of caricature things where the big trousers just stay where they are and you move. They're just awful. The fabric's disgusting. It's like cheap market, a £5 a skirt stuff, mass produced, god awful. And if, God forbid, you trod on the hem and broke the hem, because if you pulled that stitching out, you would literally have nothing. You would have a raw edge, and you need I go on? Absolutely no. The last two items, I can't even remember what these are. Oh God, this thing. So this I thought would be quite fun to purchase. You've seen them a lot around over the summer, the kind of Bardo sheared tops. Then there was this. So it has sleeves that don't even fit, sheared wrists that are quite comfortable, I'll give it that, a neckline that doesn't even come up, a bodice that doesn't cover the boobs, enough stretch in this that, you know, you could put me, the three cats and the griffin in it and it would still be fine. But it's just horrible. I don't know. What does it say it's made of? 100% polyester. If they'd made this out of a nice cotton, it might have been all right. But everything is cheap, plastic, polyester. Even if it says it's cotton, it's not cotton. You would expect this. Hold it up the right way. You would expect this to be cotton. You would expect it to have that light, airy feeling, end of summer kind of outfit. No, it's just 100% cheap plastic shite is what it is. I think SHEIN should change their name to just shite. And the last one. What have we got? What have we got there? Oh, this thing. I have seen this dress on so many websites. So many websites. I don't know who did it first, genuinely. I've not had time to go and look for it. I do have a massive full-time job that keeps me busy. But this kind of dress with the cage at the top. Now, it's not a pentagram. It's not like a Killstar item. I know that. But I'm pretty sure I have seen this somewhere before. I just can't think where. It's crushed velvet. It's horrible crushed velvet. I will again say, whoever sews their velvet, whatever child labour or slave they are using to do it, I will say they know how to do a good seam. Every seam is perfectly done in the sense that it's overlocked the same length. There's no bits missing. The hem is perfectly even all the way round. They've not done an inch here and half an inch there. It is pretty much even all the way round. They have had a little bit of a loose thread on this one that's been left, but again, it's cheap. But whoever is sewing their velvet, because stretch velvet in any shape or form is not easy to sew. It does go out of shape, it's shiny, it's got an annoying texture after a while. So whoever's doing this, you know, well done, because you're probably not getting paid what you're worth. Come over to the UK where there's designers that take stitching like this, I tell you. But the front of it, it doesn't even fit the dress. So this is where you can tell that they've taken a design from another brand, another company, and all they've had to work off is a photograph. They haven't got an item because none of the straps fit. The straps, they just don't. Even when you put it on, even if I pull it up here and pull that neck tight, you will see these straps, they're not even the same length. And when you've got that on your body, all it does is buckle. So it doesn't even look nice. It's a horrible shape when it's on. I mean, it's a bulk standard skater dress. It can't be that hard to get right if you're making clothes. Even if you're copying a design, it can't be that hard to get a bulk standard shape of a dress right. Bit like a t-shirt, you know, 3 squares and a neckline. But there's not even any attention to trying to make a good copy of a dress. If you do know who made this one originally, please let me know, because I'd love to remember. I just can't remember who it was. I know I've seen it. But the caging work is awful. It doesn't sit right. If you pull it up so as it covers your boobs, it doesn't sit properly and it's all baggy. If you pull it down, you're exposed. It's just a really crap copy of a really nice design. If I could get the real dress in the right size and it would fit me, I'd have it in a heartbeat. So if anyone knows where I can get it, and if they do it in a decent UK plus size, then I will have it. But you're literally paying shit money for shit quality. It really is. Now, I won't even... I don't know. Maybe I donate it to charity. Maybe I do that. I've had a massive clear out of my stuff, and I got some really, really good quality clothes that are going to charity. I don't even know that I would, what's the word I'm looking for? Demoralise someone that's already needing to shop in a charity shop for whatever reason and give over that shit. It's just not worth it. It's cheaply made, it's badly made, it's smelly. When the bags have better texture than some of the clothing, you know you're not onto a winner. That's how I put it. I would really recommend, I know a lot of people have said to me, I'd really know what SHEIN are like. You know me, I'm only going to be honest with you. I'm not buying for them again, ever. I've done this haul. I am in two minds of whether I am going to return it or whether I will donate it, because I have marked all the bags, so I don't know if they will actually receive it back. But the ones I know they've copied are awful. The only one saving grace is that original velvet dress, and I think I've got more respect for the person that made it than I have actually the design or the dress itself. And that's because the seam work on it is really, really good. I've had good quality dresses that have turned up with worse seaming than that dress has. Whoever is making that dress, wherever they may be, they really need to get out with where they are and go to somewhere that will appreciate their talent, because you don't get seamstresses whatever age that can make dresses to that quality at the kind of rate that they will be expected to produce them. You know, you're talking about kids that won't even get paid unless they make 100 garments an hour. You're looking at kids that won't get paid unless they finish their order or their dispatch amount, and it's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking. But please, I can't yet. I don't know how to. I don't know how to do links on videos. I don't know how to do insert clips. My editing's not that great. You know, the fact that you're even getting an intro on some of these videos is remarkable. So please go and watch Emily Boo's video. She will talk you through all of it. She will talk you through how crap they are. She will even admit that she used to work with them and has basically told them to where to go because of what they're doing. She shows where they are saying that they're doing vegan stuff and it's nowhere near vegan. And some of the horrific stories and things that she can tell you is just heartbreaking. So I wanted to do this haul, again, just to have a look for myself. You know, you can listen to people say things and you get people that go, yeah, it's great. You get ones that go, it's shite. You get people that go, oh, it's brilliant, it's really cheap, I can't afford anything else. I would much prefer, and I will say this from the bottom of my heart, if I could not afford an item that I really, really wanted, rather than going and buying a cheap copy from people that have no ethics, no consideration for their workforce, no consideration for what they're doing to the planet, no consideration for the crap that they're producing and the designers that they're stealing from, I would rather save up a penny a month and spend 4 or 5 years buying something that I knew was good quality and that I really wanted, than, you know, buy something cheap and cheerful and it just be shocking quality, fall apart. You know, there's stories out there from people that just say, you know, you wear it once and it falls apart. in some respects, I've been lucky with a couple of tops I have bought, but their fabrics are awful. They really, really are. So I will go and decide what to do with this. I will see if I can send it back and get my money back for it. If I can't, because I've marked the bags, I will donate it, because I'm not, what's the point in me keeping it? I can't, and I don't want to throw it out and have it clog up landfill. You know, at least somebody might be able to get a couple of wares out of it. I might even put a stipulation on the bag, please just give it away. You know, it's those kinds of things. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great at all. But all these places, Dress Lily, Rose Girl, SHEIN, they're all the same type of companies, mass produced, stealing designs, unethical practices, inhumane practices, most of them sweatshops. If you've ever seen footage of inside a sweatshop, you never want to see it again. The conditions that they work in are terrible, and you know, the fact that we have so many people in this country that are unemployed, who have skills and have talent, who could go out and make an item, and maybe you have to pay £30 for it instead of £4 for it, but you're getting a decent quality item, you know, from a company that actually pays their staff to do a decent hours in a day, rather than 16, 17 hours a day, or maybe not even finishing because they have to do extras and get their work done. You know, to go in and just supporting smaller brands that have ethical practices. It might cost you a bit more, but it's a lot more peace of mind. It's a lot more that you're doing for them as people. You know, you've got people who are doing small brands from their homes because they can't afford to pay for childcare to go to work, so they're spending their evenings while the kids are in bed making jewellery, printing t-shirts, designing t-shirts, getting everything made, sending it out. One person bands, you know, that have worked up and up and up and up to maybe have one small shop. Etsy stores, people who run through Shopify, things like that, who are paying all these fees just to put their items out there to feed their kids, have a holiday for once a year, maybe help support a partner who can't work or a sick parent. And then you've got brands like this who openly admit, you know, 3,000 daily drops. It's unethical. It's not sustainable. It's trash. It's not worth it. Save your money. Go and support somebody who really needs it. Just find something that maybe costs £15 that you can wear and wear and wear and wear and wear. I found out the other day, I've got 9 dresses by XO Umbra. I've worn every single one of them. I've washed them. They are made from recycled t-shirt material. They are made ethically. They are made in a sustainable way. She will use offcuts to put into dresses. You will get a disclaimer saying you may find that the hem on this is slightly different because I've had to use an offcut of something to make the hemline, so you might have an extra seam in a dress. But you can wear and wear and wear and wear and wear and wear and wear, and I will probably still have those dresses in 4 or 5 years' time, and I will probably still be wearing them, and they will probably be in the same condition that they're in now. This lot won't even last 5 minutes. But I would rather have one item from a company that I know I can recommend, that I can promote, than have 6 items for the same price and not even get one wear out of it, not even be able to wear it. I mean, if you think I've bought 6 items and there's probably only one I can wear, even if I wanted to, which is the first dress. The second item, which is the mesh top, which is nice, it smells. I wouldn't even want to put it near me. I mean, the fabric feels sticky. The other mesh top, it just feels horrible on the skin. Why would I want to wear it? Or I can buy from somewhere like XO Umbra for the cost of all of this, an item that I will want to wear, an item that I can even have customised a little bit. I've got a couple of dresses where I've gone, you know, can you take that off? Can you not do this? Can you do this instead? Happily done it. It's probably taken about as long to get something from XO Umbra as it's taken for these items to arrive from China, and the Exo Umbra items are made by hand to order. I know where I'd rather spend my money, and I hope you guys do as well. It's just not worth it. When we're all so environmentally conscious these days, it's just not worth buying this cheap plastic stuff that 4 or 5 weeks down the line is just going to end up somewhere in landfill. So those are my thoughts. Like I said, I can't link the video. I don't know how to do it. My editing's not great. I don't know. You all know who Emily Boo is. Please go and watch her video. Like I said, if she will put up warnings on it, if you don't have a strong stomach or you don't want to see, please don't watch the bits she tells you not to. But go and listen to the information she gives out. It is an absolute massive eye-opener. You will never want to shop from one of these crappy brands again. I know I certainly don't. I will now be sat on Facebook and Instagram when they're coming up reporting them for unethical practices and reporting them for stealing designs. Shop sensibly, shop carefully, shop sustainably, but at the end of the day, just do you. Mwah.